And now the work begins.
Hey everybody,
Hey y'all.
we are getting ready for
Part 2.
part 2 of miserable failure. But we went and got an assortment of tools to try to grab the sending unit housing. The sending unit came out great. Housing, not so much. We're going to still try to get it out of the tank. And I know everybody's suggestion was take the straps loose, rotate the tank, get it out, which, yeah, will work. I'm just going to try every method I got in my little arsenal here to get it out without doing that. Because we've even went as far as I thought about pumping the fuel from this tank over to that tank, fill that tank up, whatever's left in this tank, put in another container, which we've even, the little square totes, I'll put in a picture, the little storage totes that everybody has on Marketplace. We've even went as far as try and find one of them to set it right here and pump the diesel fuel in, get the tank empty, put it back. So our sending unit, our new sending unit, and I bought the swing arm style.
Woohoo.
So hopefully that still works with the gauge. That's my fear.
Oh.
My fear is, even though it said that it was a 379 replacement part, my fear is electronically it is not the same ohms or same resistance as that one was. So even if I put the new one in, it's not going to work. That's says it's supposed to work. We'll find out.
Well, if you guys out there are watching and you've had any experience, yeah, I couldn't think of the word, sorry.
Well, if we're still fighting this battle tomorrow, they might find out with me, because we're going to put it in there when it comes. We can wire it into the wires and look at the gauge. I'll be able to actuate the swing arm.
Oh, okay.
And tell if it works. But yeah, it's got to make it in the snow. Yeah. Oh, which we didn't tell everybody yet.
Oh yes, we'll show you our winter wonderland.
Oh, it's bright.
Yeah.
So we plowed the driveway just so we could get in and out. But I'm pretty sure
Gertrude's not going back out.
Is not coming up out of this hollow. She'll probably go outside to her parking spot, and that's about as far as she's going, because there's no weight on the rear end, and she's not making it up that hill.
No.
I'm real sure I could put chains on, all 8 drive wheels, and she's still not going up that hill with no weight on the back.
Yeah, and the sad news, folks, is they're calling for more snow in a couple of days.
Yes, yeah, there's more snow on the way, but
we're gonna try this handy dandy tool.
Yeah, it's called a formable grabber. It's meant to get your car keys out of a door. You can, bend it like this, do whatever you want, and it's still.
You can maneuver it.
Yeah, it's meant to. You can bend it in whatever
it's
shape.
It's really good for opening. I've seen it in, not myself, but
We've seen it in action getting car keys.
It does.
But I don't think the jaws. I don't know. Let's.
Gotta give it a fair shake.
I gotta try it in there at least anyway. I don't know that it'll work or it won't work. Here, hold the light. You
need both hands?
Yeah, I need both hands. Shine the light over here. Over here. No. I feel like the dad screaming at his little kid. Hold the light! Hold it right there.
All right, I got it.
Don't move.
Okay. That's easy. And record?
Well,
I'm multitasking today.
I'm going to see if I can grab it with 2 of them. You moved the light there, my dear.
I didn't mean to.
Hold on.
What can I do to help?
Shine the light back actually down in the hole.
Sorry. I was getting excited.
Don't get excited just yet. Bend that back straight for me. Set the light down. It's going to have diesel fuel on it, so it's going to get your hands dirty, but bend the bottom of that back straight. You may have set the phone down.
Okay. Hold, please. Okay. Can you see?
And contact. Okay. Get that out of the way. Come on. Come on. Really? Really?
There you go.
No, it's stuck between them. There we go. How about that?
Yes! Woohoo! Yes!
No, just don't drop it back in the
Oh my
truck.
gosh. That's freaking awesome.
Well, one of them didn't work, but two did. How about that?
Oh man, that's a relief, isn't it?
Oh, that's...
Shoo-wee. Especially after somebody commented that they actually left theirs in there.
Yeah, they said they left this in the truck, and it actually rubbed a hole through the bottom of the tank and was leaking fuel. So yeah, I was real.
Oh,
Hey, I bet you that was the float that made it work.
I bet so. But anyway, they said they left it in the tank and it rubbed a hole, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't want to do that because we don't want to rub a hole in our tank.
Oh, no. Diesel fuel's expensive
Hey.
enough without...
We got to get a shout.
Why?
We got to give a little shout out to them formable grabber people. I mean, come on.
I wonder why this didn't work. It's not... If it wasn't connected, it's not going to read at the right level.
Oh, everything makes sense now.
Still a pretty crappy design, though.
I have to admit.
I was an engineer for 24 years. I can recognize a crappy design when I see one.
They let us down on this one.
And I know it's 30-year-old design, but
yeah,
this was...
I'm just so glad we do not have to pump all that 100 gallons of fuel. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for today.
Yes, thank you, Lord. Woo!
Because I was thinking that was going to be awful.
All right. So let's see if we can make... Does it slide in? Okay, it's not going in that end.
Does it go on the outside of that right there?
Does it?
Yeah, right there. That's what I was thinking. Because when you pulled that out, that little thingy was, I swear, I don't know, I'd have to go back and look, but I thought that was connected. Oh.
Let's see, does this go up in there? Yeah, that fits. So the float would ride But that still doesn't, it doesn't tell me how electronically that works. Because there had to be something that touched. There's got to be another piece that fell into the tank. Let's
Oh, do we need to use the camera again and look?
let's put the camera on a stick here. Let's
You need the light back in the other side again.
yeah. Let's look down in the tank here.
Hang on.
Did we show them our camera on a stick?
I'm not sure. Here's our camera on a stick. Can you see? Or you need me to shine the light?
Well, I don't see. I bet you I know what else I need. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Where is our snake light? Remember it?
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's charged, babe.
Well, that would be true fashion if it was not charged.
True A&D fashion.
Oh, you're in luck.
Oh, yes.
You're in luck there, my dear.
Okay.
How many objects can we drop in the fuel tank? How many? Just
All right, I've got the snake light. You
got the camera on a stick?
Yeah, because watch out. You're hooked on the chain.
I'm hooked on the chain. I'm hooked on
You're off the chain, babe.
I'm hooked on you, babe. All right, I don't see anything floating.
Yeah, let's show them.
On the diesel fuel. I see the other end of the tank. I don't see anything floating. But I don't see anything in the bottom. I mean, I see the pickup tube. But I don't see any foreign objects. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Like an extra piece.
I see a drain. That's what I drug in the yard. Remember that?
Yeah. It was full of grass that day.
Yeah.
It had a big grass clod on it.
Gertrude is low enough that Gertrude drags out here in the yard. When I turn the truck around, the wheelbase is long enough and there's enough humps in the yard that I came back in here with giant clumps of grass under the truck. So, all right, I don't see anything else. I don't see nothing else floating. Do you? I don't see nothing in there floating.
No.
Nothing on the bottom. So how, I guess it really don't matter how that tendon unit works. It didn't work.
It didn't work, so we're
It didn't work, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I just wanted to know. I wanted to know what the concept was here. There had to be something that slid up and down because the float itself doesn't have anything conductive on it. You know what I mean? So something's got to touch both sides to tell it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To tell it where the fuel is. Because there's all the resistors at each level. And I'm going to guess that each one of them is a different resistance so that the gauge would change as the float slides up and down.
Right.
My electrical brain says they're all different resistance. But how did it know?
Right.
Like I say, guess it doesn't matter. it didn't work, and we're going to replace it.
Hopefully, if we get a delivery.
Yeah, the delivery should be here tomorrow. If we messaged the UPS guy and told him to leave packages out at the road because he's not going to make it back here.
We've had to tow people out of here before, so we don't want to do it again if we don't have to. Oh gosh,
That's awesome.
I am so thankful.
And the villagers rejoiced.
I feel like everybody's clapping.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I mean, we left you guys with a pretty big cliffhanger last week, and believe you me, we were
This is definite look of relief
yeah,
that
we took a few days just to try to figure out.
we didn't even come in the garage and look at the truck.
We didn't. Poor Gertrude. We just left her, and we just had to think about what we wanted to do. But luckily, we have great friends, and they loaned us the formable grabber.
The trick was we tried it with one, and it kept dropping it.
Yeah.
Because the little jaws on the end, you see the little jaws there, they don't have much strength. Because the jaws are so little.
But I think the formable grabber has more strength.
Well, I think it has more strength, but I think it was the fact that we had two of them. Because every time I got up to here with this one, it would let go. You know, the more and more I picked out of the diesel fuel, the heavier, of course, it was getting, and it was letting go. So I think it was a combo deal.
Yeah. Do they still sell those?
Yes, they still sell the formable grabber. This is our commercial. No, we didn't get sponsored, but they did send the formable grabber so we could get it and use it.
Yes, we did a borrow on that.
Yeah, we did a borrow. It was basically a frantic text. Hey, you got one that I can use?
That we can stick in diesel fuel?
Yeah, that we can stick in diesel fuel.
That
we did tell them what we were doing with it.
Of course, yes. We wouldn't be like, can we get a brand spanking new one and stick it down in some diesel fuel? Oh gosh, that would have been terrible.
Yes.
And then give it back.
Well, since that worked out so well, let's get the other air tank off.
Okay.
Because the new air tank should be in the same shipment as the fuel sending unit.
Okay.
So let me get some.
Y'all
I wasn't prepared for this to take that amount of time.
Yeah.
I was thinking this was going to be like Gilligan, like a 3-hour adventure.
Yeah.
We resemble Gilligan sometimes. Okay. So I was gathering tools for the air tank and getting set up, but my electrical brain had to know. I did get distracted. It was bothering me. So I decided to hook up my meter. I put it on ohms, checking for resistance. And I cleaned this up. I cleaned the float. And there's two little metal, I don't know if you can see, two little pieces of metal in the float. And the crazy thing is, you put it on here, the top would be, let's see if I turn it over. Yeah. It says 33 ohms. I'm betting 30 is supposed to be the limit. But you slide it down, and you get all the way to the bottom, 248. So for anybody that is actually wondering what the ohms, because I have searched the internet. I mean, I searched to the ends of the internet. You know, even watched the cat piano video playing, searching for the ends of the internet, trying to find what ohm these fuel senders are. So if I did nothing else, I've at least found out what ohms these are supposed to be. 30 to 250. But here's my hypothesis of what has happened. See how that's not connected really well? I think this was off in the tank, setting on the bottom. Because if you, hold on, I'm betting I'm not going to, you know, I'm betting it was setting off in the bottom of the tank because this doesn't connect very well. Let's slide it back in there. It has little slots that it goes in. See? There's supposed to be a keeper. Yeah, it's supposed to be stuck together. It's crimped. It's got a crimp on it. But I think someone was there before me. I don't think I'm the first guy to be on this rodeo. Somebody else may have tried to fix this and pulled this apart. No, I don't think they lost a piece. The float was what was, it was so dirty I couldn't see the pieces of metal. Once I wiped it off, it became self-evident how it worked. But yeah, so I'm thinking that's supposed to be one piece and stay together. But we had a malfunction because of the loose.
And then you pulled that out, and then that all the way came off.
Yeah, it all the way came off. But I'm betting the loose connection is why the fuel gauge wasn't reading. Yeah. And not to mention the fact that, you know, it was apart. Well, I think we did need a new one because this one wasn't reading correctly. Unless it's the gauge in the dash or the wiring. We still haven't ruled. Yeah, we haven't ruled that out yet. So, but anyway, that was my squirrel moment. I know I was supposed to be working on the air tank, but my brain couldn't let it go. I couldn't stop thinking of how it was supposed to work. I know it's supposed to work. I had to do it.
It's okay.
Okay. So now we'll go back to the tank. I got my cardboard creeper out here because this floor is cold. But I'm going to take the 2 U-bolts loose. I am not going to bore y'all with that because those bolts there's about that much thread and nobody wants to watch me sit here with a ratchet and go click them, click them, click them. So we're going to spare y'all for that. And then when I get the tank loose, we'll come back.
I'm driving.
You're driving? Well, don't drive off without me, babes.
Okay.
All right. Oh. Hold on, I'm falling apart here.
Don't do that.
Mentally and physically, I'm falling apart. Okay. Turn the key to on.
On.
On. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, what's the fuel gauge reading on the left? On the left one.
Empty.
How about now?
Almost a half a tank. Full.
Full?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
you're taking my fuel away.
Yeah, I'm burning fuel, baby. Burning diesel fuel. Okay. Let's get the camera in here closer and we'll show them the detail on this little fuel sender. You can turn the key off.
Okay. I always check to make sure I can bring the key out. I can pull the key out.
Okay. And I just wanted to let everybody know, here's the Dorman part number. It's 285-5403. And I bought this from Fleet Pride. And I used a little online coupon and got me 20% off. But then I searched this part number looking for instructions. And I found Amazon has this same part, same box, everything for 45 bucks. So if y'all need a fuel sending unit, I hate to say it, buy it off Amazon. Save yourself some money. It's the same part.
Get on the old Amazon.
Amazon. But just so we know, the ohm reading when the truck is full, when your gas gauge is full, 30 ohms all the way down to 250. And yes, granted, it doesn't say exactly 250. That's just the range.
Right.
There's always a manufacturing tolerance. And it could be in the alligator clips I got on here. Reading 31 to 240, whatever, it's close enough. That's 30 to 250 range. But, sad news.
Wah, wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah, wah. I can't put this back in the tank either. It doesn't go in. So the tank still got to come off. My moment of joy when I got the sending unit out
has now turned to tragedy.
has quickly turned to tragedy because this part, see, I was in my head, I was envisioning this right here, being able to thread it back down in the tank. But yeah, this part right here.
You're not threading that in.
Yeah, it's not threading. And all the online reviews, if you look up, if you take the time, 285-5403, if you look up Dorman, all the reviews, everyone says this is junk because the fuel sender, let me put it together here. It says it falls off going down the road. Which I can see that. It's just laying in there.
It's just hanging out until it's not.
And boom. Falls off in the tank and then you have no float no more. I get that. But the reason I was online looking for instructions, if you'll zoom in, my dear, if you come in really close.
Okay.
See this bend? See how sharp a radius that bend is in the fuel center?
Mm-hmm.
This is a universal one. You're supposed to bend it and go through that hole.
And back out there.
And back out there. You take the screws off, take this apart, and just envision the float's not here. That elbow would go through the sending unit and capture it. You bolt this back together, and it can't come out.
Oh, it doesn't come out. Okay.
It doesn't come out. People, the reason I was looking for the instructions was to see if there was a length you're supposed to bend it. But I figured out you bend it for your tank.
Uh-huh.
It's universal for each tank's diameter.
So they're getting a bad rap when they shouldn't
They're
be
getting a
getting
bad rap when everybody's not fully putting it together.
Ah, gotcha. What?
So yes, this will fall out just at a moment's notice. But if you don't bend the end, just like they're showing you right here, now granted, there are no instructions in the box, so I can't go full hog wild and say it's not Dorman's fault. They didn't put instructions in the box to tell you that. But if you take 30 seconds and look at the part, you can see it's supposed to be bent. So we're going to do some measuring on the tank. I'm going to see if I can bend this. But given that our driveway is still frozen 6 inches of ice, and I'm not going anywhere to get one of those little fuel tanks we talked about, I can't change this out anytime soon. I have nowhere to put 100 gallons of diesel.
No, we don't.
So, y'all give me a minute. I'll bend this and we'll show you putting it together. Okay. Got this taken apart. And you see I bent the rod to go through. And I tried bending it with pliers, but it didn't make it a sharp enough radius. So I did have to walk over and put it in the vise and hammer to make that sharp of a radius. So, yeah, pliers won't get you there. Hammer will be involved. But then you can just put this back together. And these do slide up and down. This is a universal. If you adjust the float level here, it adjusts where your float ends up. Which, let's face it, the only one you really care about is where's empty. Full is full as full is full. It doesn't matter. Empty is the one you care about. So make sure you adjust the bottom where it's supposed to be, because you want to know when you're out of fuel. You already know when you're full.
Yeah.
But getting the nice happy medium where it works in both places is ideal too. But yeah, so that and now it can't come out. So all the internet reviews that tell you the float falls apart, it's because they didn't finish putting it together. So Dorman actually does make a good part. It's just universal and you got to finish it. So
it's up to you.
It's up to you. So what I did was set it here and then set the bottom of the tank. And it's actually off the bottom of the tank. I put it about where the pickup is. I shine the light down in there. So empty is when it hits the pickup. But I will show y'all the air tank that came in.
Yay!
Which it appears to be the right size. But it's got many more holes than the old tank. Which is okay. I guess it's better to have too many.
But not enough.
But now, maybe when we venture out tomorrow, we're thinking of taking the four-wheel drive and trying to make it out of here. And we're going to venture out to the hardware store and get me some plugs to plug the rest of the tanks. Because I figure I better put the plugs in before I put the tank in there.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a lot easier to put them in out here.
Because it was fun getting that out.
It wasn't terrible. But y'all can tell me if the video, the way I did that, taking the brackets off, did I do that wrong? Was that the right way to get it off? Was there an easier way? I know I could have taken the whole battery boxes and everything off.
Right.
But that seemed like a little excessive.
Yeah. But if you have any tips or tricks.
Yeah, so if I did that the right way or did it the wrong way, leave us a comment. Let me know. It's off now and it's got to go back.
Yeah.
So, how we end all of our videos. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for today.